So we have more Superman Golden Age dailies, and this is the Mischievous Mr. Mxyzptlx, Part 4, close beside Dead Man's Curve on the Metropolis Railroad. Our scientific figures indicate that no train can negotiate this curve at more than 47 3/5 miles per hour. Exactly, Professor. And this train is going at least twice that fast. It's too late to run, Professor, so we'd best defend ourselves as well as we can. Quite right, but I do wish you were Superman, Professor. And on the opposite side of the hurtling express, the train is already leaving the tracks, and I'm on the wrong side of it. Our theory about Dead Man's Curve is proving correct, Professor. Exactly, Professor. The train is leaving the track. Brace yourself, Professor. It's toppling upon us. I doubt if we can support its weight. But we are. The train is barely grazing our palms while one set of wheels remains on its tracks. Amazing, incredible. What can be the scientific explanation, Professor? The scientific explanation is on the other side of the train. Now, if my super strength can balance the terrific centrifugal force which is forcing the train from the tracks. I've got to pull harder to hold the train on the curve. And on the opposite side of the tracks. Amazing, Professor. The mere pressure of our fingers is keeping the train from hurtling to destruction, including our destruction, Professor. The entire train has passed Dead Man's Curve at nearly 100 miles per hour. Scientifically, Professor, it's an impossibility. There is only one explanation, Professor, namely, Professor, that you and I never before knew our own strength. Precisely, Professor. My super strength managed to hold the train on the tracks at Dead Man's Curve, but I've still got to stop the express and revive the engineer. I believe you were right about seeing Superman, Miss Dreamface. I think I just saw him whizzing past. Of course you did, Agatha. But seeing him is not enough for me. I must meet the man. Poor Superman. Passing a runaway train doing 96 miles an hour is a comparative cinch. The trick is to stop it. So let's see how superpowers work against 10,000 horsepower. Mighty wheels grind protestingly in swirling clouds of steam from laboring boilers as the gargantuan battle progresses, like exercising in a Turkish bath. But at last the unequal struggle ends, and the train stopped, now to see why the fireman and the engineer are unconscious. In the engine cab of the runaway train which Superman has stopped, we were knocked out by some outlandish creature. Who was he? Never mind that now. Better take the train into Metropolis, and I'll fly overhead in case of further trouble. Further back in the compartment of Miss Dreamface. We're gathering speed again. Yes, Agatha. And I think the time has come for me to meet Superman. Stop opening that door. What on earth are you doing? I told you, Agatha. I'm going to meet Superman. And a moment later, Miss Dreamface hurls herself from the speeding train. Help! Miss Dreamface has hurled herself from the speeding Metropolis Express. Help! This is certainly doing it the hard way, but I've got to meet Superman. Great Scott! That girl falling. She'll be killed. Unless I can reach her before she hits the ground, which is a good trick if I can do it. Something tells me I should have waited for a mutual friend to introduce us. The ground rushing up at me. Help! This is going to be so close, but crowding on the last possible ounce of superpower, the Man of Steel reaches the ground a split second before the hurtling figure. These photo finishes are tough on the nerves, but I made it anyway. Whew! For a moment, I thought I was going to be Superman's first failure. Thanks for catching me before I hit the ground. Think nothing of it. It's part of my regular service to subscribers. It would have been a shame for a beautiful young thing like me to have been crushed, don't you think? Unquestionably. I am beautiful, don't you think? You have that reputation, I believe. Then why don't you look at me? It's just that I'm a little shy with women. The truth is, the impact of her beauty on me as Clark Kent was so terrific that as Superman, I'm afraid to look at her. It's perfectly ridiculous that you, Superman, should be too shy to look at me, just because I happen to be the most beautiful woman in the world. Yes, silly, isn't it? Heaven help me, I'm afraid to look at her. Her devastating beauty might affect Superman as powerfully as it did Clark Kent, and that could be bad. Pardon my laughter, but I can't help it. The great Superman, the powerful man of tomorrow, the fearless crusader afraid of a woman. I'll probably die laughing. I wouldn't want that to happen, so... Stop! Come back here. You can't leave me in the wilderness. It's only a few miles to town, and it won't seem far as long as you keep laughing. Imagine the nerve of Superman, leaving me out here to walk all the way to Metropolis. I'm not used to that sort of treatment from men, which makes it just that much more exciting. Meanwhile, I'll be glad to get back on the job as Clark Kent, away from the magnetic spell of Miss Dreamface's staggering beauty. I hope I've seen the last of her. Yes, somehow I've got to arrange to see him again. I have some plans for Mr. Superman, some extremely interesting plans. In the editorial office of the Daily Planet. Nice scoop you got on Superman saving the Metropolis Express from a wreck, Clark. How'd you manage it? Sorry, Lois, but that's a trade secret. Seems good to be Clark Kent reporter instead of Superman for a change. Maybe I can get the vision of Miss Dreamface out of my mind once and for all. Boss wants to see you, Mr. Kent. That's what I said. Get over to the Tower Apartments and cover a near riot that seems to be caused by the arrival of a new tenant from out of town. Miss Dreamface, I believe you said. I have a very definite premonition that I'm walking into trouble, and for the first time in my life, I'm afraid. It's Miss Dreamface. She just moved into this apartment. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. She must marry me. Over my dead body. I've got to see her again. That face haunts me. How come you haven't been affected by the lady's fatal beauty, Casey? Luckily, I had a cinder in my eye as she went by, Kent. And now I'm waiting for a riot squad to get here. Looks as though you might need it. They won't open the door, so we'll batter it down. We've got to see Miss Dreamface. Agatha, the usual mob of love-sick males is besieging our new apartment. And how you love it. You should be ashamed to be so beautiful. If they won't open the door, we'll batter it down. We've got to see Miss Dreamface. Men, remember law and order. Don't lose your heads over a woman. Ha! You've never seen her, so one side, copper. Let's go, boys. This is beginning to look like a job for Superman. Come on, boys. We'll batter the door down, and then we'll see Miss Dreamface. Wow. Stop. And it's not lawful, and that's awful. But reporter Clark Kent has hurried to a nearby alley where a startling transformation takes place. Casey can't handle that lovesick mob alone, which automatically makes it a job for Superman. One good swing ought to do it. Boy, oh boy, then I'll see my adored one. My adored one, you mean. Pardon my sudden arrival. Superman, the battering ram, it broke into splinters against him. You see what I see, Agatha? I do. Those lovesick fools were battering down the door for a sight of you, and Superman stopped them. You've ruined our battering ram. Sorry, but you can't go around breaking doors down. But we got to see Miss Dreamface. She's gorgeous. And you ain't going to stop us from seeing her, see? Maybe not, but on the other hand, maybe so. To prove my point, I need to volunteer, and I think you'll do. Who, me? It's very simple. You insist on battering down the door so you can see Miss Dreamface. There's hundreds of us, and only one of you, even if you are Superman. How can you stop us? Just by a simple demonstration, with you as the guinea pig. Oh! First, round and round we go, then... My gosh, he just threw him away. Hundreds of feet in the air. Are you just going to let him fall? Fall? Who? You threw him in the air. Are you going to let him fall? I haven't decided. Please save him. We'll do anything you say. We'll even go away without trying to see Miss Dreamface, though it'll break our hearts. Well, if that's a promise. Yes, but hurry. He's right above us. Reaching out, the Man of Steel catches the plummeting figure as though it were a falling sparrow. Oop. Boy, could the Dodgers use me this season. Meanwhile, in Miss Dreamface's apartment, high in the building. Now, if I could only get Superman up here. Perhaps if I screamed. If you want to scream, just turn around and take a look at what I see.